some soda water on the top.
Oh. Whoa, or all over you.
Beautiful.
That was fun.
Good thing it's just
Oh,
water.
gosh.
Nice.
What do you got for me? Yeah, what do you got for me? Baby, would you stand and fight?
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Speakeasy Conversations. I have my good friend Joy Buchman here. We were just talking about how strong our friendship is. She asked for a mojito. I have never made a mojito before. And this being the Speakeasy Conversation, we're going to have a mojito.
It's gonna be
I
great.
have the recipe right here that I'm going to use. So this is going to be fun.
It is gonna be great. I'm excited.
All right. So first, I should give a disclaimer. The recipe that I got is off of a YouTuber named Anders Ericsson, and he does a really, really good job.
So,
I watch him like all the time. He has great recipes. So the first thing he suggests is the mint. And I have some mint. Oh, you know what? I forgot my syrup.
oh,
I left the syrup upstairs.
oh, you can't have it without bar syrup.
So let me go get the syrup
Yeah.
and be right back.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Authentic, homemade Demerara syrup for
Mhm.
cocktails. It's even in a ball jar
Wow,
just
impressive.
to make it authentic.
That's impressive.
All right, so he recommends the mint first. And you said you like it minty, right?
I do.
All right, so let's go really heavy on the mint.
Great.
Again, first time doing this. Now I know why I never did this before. This is annoying to do all these leaves
It's a
off
lot
the
of
mint.
work. Yes.
That's all right. So there's the mint. And then he says, put ice into that. Or no, I'm sorry. It was a spoon to get the oils out. And then the ice so that it starts
Oh,
mixing in.
so you're kind of muddling it.
Not really modeling. The way he said it, it was just kind of activating the oils.
Okay.
Because he said you don't want it mushy. You just want it like activating the oils from the mint leaves. And I can start. I'm already smelling. Do you smell it over there?
Mm-mm. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I can.
it's definitely activating.
Good.
All right. And then some ice.
Mm.
Not a lot because we're going to be adding more ice in a little bit. And then the fun stuff. We are going to have 2 ounces of rum, white rum. 1 ounce there, 2 ounces. I'm sure I'll edit all this out. Time consuming.
But it's fun.
And the 1/2 ounce of Demerara.
So you made that yourself?
Yeah, it's just a 2-to-1. I can't remember the name of the sugar I use. It's like a brown sugar,
Oh,
but
yeah.
not
Like
brown sugar.
like
It's
raw?
yeah,
Mhm.
sugar in the raw kind of stuff. Yep.
Cool.
Just a 2-to-1, that and some water. But we just do 1/2 an ounce of that. And then what was it? 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice.
It's all fresh.
Very fresh. Only the best for my friends.
Aw, I feel special.
3/4 of an ounce. The ones that are in there now essentially become the garnish. You said you like it minty.
I do.
This is gonna be minty. Oh, that smells good.
See, you're gonna be like, "This is gonna be my new favorite drink."
Might be. There's another one too that I just saw today that he did a video on I wanna try. It's kind of a Mai Tai, but it uses gin instead of rum.
Mm,
That might be an interesting one to experiment with, different flavors.
yeah.
Strawberry, watermelon, whatever. All right, and then, yeah, we add some ice. Let me add some ice to this.
You can go straight. Yeah.
And now we filter it out. Double filtered.
Oh.
The strainer. We don't want any mint chunks in this. All right, there we go. Some soda water on the top.
Oh. Whoa, or all over you.
Beautiful.
That was fun.
Good thing it's just
Oh,
water.
gosh.
Nice. Let's let it out slowly this time.
You must have run down the stairs with it.
I probably did.
Ah.
Don't run with soda water before you're going to do a podcast, everybody.
I'm excited to try it.
I'm very interested to see if it's any good. Here you go. See what you think.
That's a fun straw.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's that was the first one I grabbed.
Okay. Mm. Mm.
How's the mint?
Mm. The lime is great.
Oh, the
Maybe
lime really
just
comes through.
yeah. Maybe just a little sweeter, though.
A little sweet, a little bit more.
Remember I warned you, I
okay.
really liked it sweet.
Let-
Oh, yeah, it's great. Just more. Oh, that's awesome. You did a great job.
All right, thank you.
You should have made one for you so that you could be like, "Oh, this is my new favorite."
I can make one later.
Wow. That lime was really good, actually.
There's a big difference between fresh lime and canned,
Yeah.
bottled or whatever.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's no mint in your straw now, but see if that's sweet enough for you. That sugar went right down to the bottom, I can see, but I tried to mix it up.
So yummy.
Okay.
This is like perfect.
All right.
Mm.
So now that's a good call out. So
Ah,
1 ounce of Demerara syrup is better than the half ounce.
there you go.
So now that's my recipe now, Anders Ericsson.
There
Get
you
your
go.
heart out.
Yes.
He has some really good like starter recipes, and I've played around with a few of them already.
Mm.
There's one it tastes just like a root beer float, and it uses rum.
Those are so dangerous.
Very dangerous, exactly.
Those, yeah. Yeah.
But that is so good. And I modified it slightly. It uses Baileys and rum. But then I modified it slightly. So instead of just Baileys, I put some Baileys and I add a little Kahlua as well. So it's kind of got that chocolatey root beer. Oh, it's so good. So good.
In my younger days, my favorite drink was called a Tootsie Roll.
Oh, that's the same. It's the same kind of thing.
It is.
The
And
Baileys.
it had Kahlua and cream.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, they could hurt you so bad.
Yeah, those are the dangerous ones because they
are.
taste so good. You can't even taste the alcohol.
It's kind of like this one. It's kind of dangerous.
Really?
Just saying. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you like it. Thanks for challenging me to do my first mojito.
Mm. You definitely have to put this in your repertoire.
All right, I'll do that.
Mm.
This is podcasting. Authenticity.
Right? Makes for a fun evening.
This one people will remember.
I was going to say, this will go viral.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Share this with all your friends. What a foolish person Chris Muller is.
Not at all.
Oh, good times. Well, I mean, the reason we wanted to get together, there's a lot going on in the world of counseling these days.
Yeah, there is.
And so tell the listeners, like, your background as a counselor.
Oh.
What got you involved in the counseling? Like, what motivated you to get into it?
Yeah, actually, my own history is what brought me into counseling. I had a very traumatic childhood.
Mm.
And so growing up, I knew I needed help, but it was really difficult to find somebody because now I've learned that 53% of the healing that happens in the counseling room is the relationship between the counselor and the client.
Oh, interesting.
And so because of my own trauma, it was really hard for me to connect on that level with people to feel secure.
Oh, is it like walls of trust? You
Absolutely.
have to get through that, huh?
Absolutely. Yes.
I can, That makes sense. I mean, I think everybody goes through situations that you kinda have those walls that you build up.
Yep. Yep. And, some thicker and higher than others.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And so that is what led me into it. And then, actually, when I was 12, they used to send around the career mobiles back in the old days, right? The bus filled with literature and books of different careers you could do.
Right.
Well, when I was 12, we had a career mobile come through, and I was like, well, I either want to be, um, well, I wanted to be a veterinarian, or a school teacher, or a counselor, and I always wanted to be a mom.
Of course.
So, throughout my life, I got to be a mom and a homeschool teacher. And so I decided I wasn't ever going to be a vet. We had animals when my kids were growing up. I'm like, no thanks. Uh, but then counseling, after I was married for almost 32 years, and that ended in divorce. And so I had to do something. And
Mhm.
my kids were like, well, mom, go back to school. And I'm like, I'm too dumb to go back to school. And they all
You
laughed, and
could teach it.
they were like, you taught us, and most of us went to college. I'm like, oh, I guess that's true. So I I started college when I was like 54.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
Um,
amazing. Good for you. Really,
yeah,
we talk about this at work all the time, the idea of growing as a person. It never stops.
it should never stop.
It should never stop.
Some
Good point.
Yeah, some people do, and it's really sad to
That
see.
is sad. That
It is.
curiosity should keep
Mhm.
going.
It should. Yeah. Yeah.
I
So,
love that. Good
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, so I halfway through my undergrad, I learned that to be a counselor, you actually had to have a graduate degree. And I was like, oh my
Oh,
word,
man, that's a lot of schooling.
it is a lot of schooling. So I, old bootstraps, pulled them suckers up and did them back to back. Did my undergrad and graduate degree in 6 years,
Wow.
and opened my own counseling center right away,
Wow,
which was
amazing.
also very, very challenging.
I bet. Well, yeah, because now you're not only counseling, you're running a business at the same time.
Correct. Yes.
Wow.
And what I didn't learn until halfway through my graduate degree, because I always knew the whole time that I was going to open my own business because
Mhm.
that's what the Lord led me to do. Well, halfway through the undergrad, I learned that when you get done with the schooling, you one have to pass the test,
Mhm.
and then two, you have to do 3,000 hours of supervised counseling before you're fully licensed.
Yeah.
Well, I was going into private practice. Who was gonna be my supervisor? I had to hire my own supervisor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, we've
Mm.
talked about that in the past. I do
Yeah,
remember you talking about how difficult that was to find the right people.
it was. It was very challenging, especially when it came to the lawsuits.
Yeah.
That made it real challenging.
You wanna segue right into that part?
If you're ready.
Yeah, no, I think that's why I wanted to talk to you about this because, I mean, you've got the governor coming down on us. You've got, I mean, you literally,
Yeah, yeah.
the city of La Crosse. But now recently, there's been the ruling by the United States Supreme Court. So walk everyone through what's going on with regard to all these lawsuits.
Yeah. So a few years ago, the city decided to jump on the bandwagon to do what was called, they banned conversion therapy.
Right.
Well, I want to start out right away that is a lie. That conversion therapy, if we use their language, then we have to play by their
Mhm.
rules. And so what it truly is a ban on talk therapy. That's what it really is, because conversion therapy was back in the 70s, and it had to do with trying to convert homosexuals to being straight.
Yeah.
They used battery
Some
cables.
barbaric techniques, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's why
Yeah,
I think they're using those words and that
they are.
language because they're trying to really miscommunicate what's actually happening.
Exactly. And that is exactly what they're doing. And so I'm not going to play their game.
Good for you.
This is not a ban on conversion therapy, it's a ban on talk therapy. And it's specifically geared to children under 18. Yeah.
Mhm.
So the city of La Crosse jumped on the bandwagon about almost 4 years ago, where they decided to ban talk therapy, and theirs was a blanket. It was
Right.
it was parents, teachers, doctors,
Pastors.
pastors,
Yeah,
everybody.
I remember
It
that.
was just blanketed. And we did the protest, and the city withdrew it, took it back into consideration for 90 days, changed the wording,
Yeah.
and then it only affected uh, medical professionals and counselors. And
Well, specifically Christian counselors.
correct, yeah, because as a Christian counselor, I am not going to do what they call um, gender affirming care,
Right.
because that's just hooey.
Right.
What doctor can I walk into and say, even because I was an EMT at one time. I worked on an ambulance. I had somebody who broke their leg, like it was like broken.
Mm.
And I was told, don't say they have a broken leg, say it's a possible broken leg. And I said, you could see it.
It's
And they said, it
obvious.
doesn't matter until it's x-rayed. So what doctor do you walk into and say, I have a broken leg, that he doesn't do an x-ray and other assessments first?
Mm.
And then
Interesting.
treat you accordingly, right?
Right.
But I'm supposed to take a child under the age of 18 who as a boy says, I think I'm a girl, or a girl says, I think I'm a boy, and say, well, that's great. Let's get you in and help you be that.
No. No,
That's
you need to know
ridiculous.
what is the root of that. Where is it coming from?
Exactly. Because and the wording that they have is change. They use the word change. I actually have it right here. Let me pull this up
Excellent.
for you. I will read to you. So 4 years ago, the city did the ban.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while I had that lawsuit pending, the state, the department, the DSPS, who licenses me,
Okay.
Tony Evers, pressed them to push theirs. And so theirs reads, it says, employing or promoting any intervention or method that has the purpose of attempting to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity, including attempting to change behaviors or expressions of self, or to reduce sexual or romantic attraction or feelings toward individuals of the same gender. This does not include counseling that assists a client who is seeking to undergo gender transition, or who is in the process of undergoing a gender transition,
Mm.
or counseling that provides a client with acceptance, support, understanding, or that facilitates a client's coping, social support, or identity exploration or development. Nor does it include counseling in the form of sexual orientation neutral or gender identity neutral interventions provided for the purpose of preventing or addressing unlawful conduct or unsafe sexual practices, so long as the counseling is not provided for the purpose of attempting to change the client's sexual orientation or gender identity.
Wow.
Now, number one, first off, I want to ask you and your audience, who goes to a counselor and says, I don't want to change?
No one.
No one ever, right? You come to a
You
counselor
recognize a
specifically.
problem and you want help.
Exactly. You're coming for that change.
Yes.
But these laws prevent, even if a child comes to me and says, I am a Christian, I am a Christ follower, but I have same-sex attraction.
Mhm.
Please help me. That's against the law,
Jeez.
even when that is what they want.
Yeah. Well, and then God bless you for having the courage to be a plaintiff in that lawsuit, because these are obviously, as our friend Tom reminds us over and over again, these are obviously violations of the First Amendment.
Blatant.
Yeah.
Even the Supreme Court ruling 8-1 in the
The Colorado
yes,
suit, right?
the Colorado suit. I can't think
I
of.
don't have the name in front of me either.
Yes, and it's
I just have,
yeah.
well, maybe I can jump into this now. Hat
Sure.
Tip Lacrosse Tribune for a story by Mitchell Schmidt. And he said, a state administrative rule that prohibits, quote unquote conversion therapy. We've talked about the
Yeah.
language for LGBTQ plus children in Wisconsin will stand. Democrat Governor Tony Evers has told a conservative law firm threatening to sue the state if the rule is not repealed, et cetera, et cetera. The dispute relates to a March 31st ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court in which the court sided with a Christian counselor who argues a Colorado law banning so-called talk therapy violates the First Amendment. Almost exactly the same
Yes.
language that you're fighting against.
Yes.
And it is interesting here because, I mean, as I said in a podcast a couple of weeks ago, let's use the Mueller axiom. Let's turn the tables. What would happen if a Republican governor defied the United States Supreme Court?
Yeah.
Like Tony Evers, a Democrat governor, is doing right now.
Exactly. The media would be up in arms.
They would lose their minds
would.
over this.
They would. But
But because he's a Democrat, and a woke Democrat at that,
yes.
they just let it go. Nothing to see here.
Yep.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah. When the lawsuit went live a couple weeks ago against and it actually names Tony Evers and each of the individual people on the board for the DSPS. I only got one call from a news source for the story.
It's so typical.
And that was out of Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's so typical. I say it over and over again, week after week on the podcast. This is why you can never trust the corporate media. They lie by omission every single day. These are the things they don't want you to know about. Like, what is actual therapy that you're doing? You just described it very well, the talk therapy.
Yeah.
They don't want you to know that. They want you to think it's the 1970s version of, electric therapy kinds of things that were pretty much barbaric.
They were barbaric.
That's what they want you to think this is. And it is obviously not even close to being true.
Right. But people won't listen to that. They hear conversion therapy and they go, oh my gosh, that's so barbaric.
Yeah.
And when you try to stop them and talk to them, a lot of people, depending on their belief system, they just won't listen because they believe they believe what they're being told.
And you know what? That's something that keeps coming up again and again. It is like we are being brainwashed.
That's exactly.
They are manipulating people's ideas because of this omitting the facts. It feels a lot like, I think it was Yuri Bezmenov in the 1980s. I'm almost certain it was him in the 1980s, gave a really long speech. He was defected from the KGB or from Moscow, from Russia, the Soviet Union. He was in the KGB, he defected, came to the United States and gave a really long interview about how they were manipulating the culture back in the 80s and how wildly successful so much of this has been. He's not around today to see where this woke culture is now.
Yeah.
He would probably be like, yeah, this is exactly what Stalin had in mind for America.
Exactly.
It's seriously scary to me.
It is. Yes. Well, when you think about, you go back to Hitler, and he knew you had to get the youth, right? So you teach it in the schools.
Good point.
So that when they grow up and they get out into society and into positions in the media and all of those
Well,
things.
like you were saying about motherhood. I mean, what's that old saying? The one who rocks the cradle rules the world.
Yep. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
It's that kind of mentality. And that's why we see so much of this garbage in public schools.
We do. Yeah. Which is why I homeschooled my kids.
Yeah. Right on. We sent ours to Luther, so it worked out pretty good for us.
Yeah.
But it is really scary. And I mean, where else is this going? So the lawsuit is like the formal way of fighting back.
Yes.
What's the next step in that?
In the lawsuit, truthfully, I don't even know. We kind of had a changing of the guards for my attorneys.
Okay.
And so I do have a new attorney. The one who took care of my city one, he's still there and he's still available. But a new woman has taken the lead.
Okay.
And we just kind of had a cursory howdy do. But here's something exciting with with the city lawsuit, I was all alone and we couldn't find anyone to stand. This one, there is somebody out of Milwaukee or Oconomowoc who has joined the lawsuit.
That's great news.
So there's two of us on this one, which is, two are
Yeah.
better than one, right?
Well, and people are starting to wake up to the fact that this is wrong, what they're doing.
Yes,
This ban on the First Amendment, let's just call it what it is.
it is.
It's a ban on the First Amendment. It's wrong. And it'll be exciting to see now that there's two of you, if that turns into 4 and then 8 and
God
then
willing.
16. Because people,
Yes.
you know how people are. It takes time for people to get enough courage to actually
Yeah.
do something about it. And what is that? There's an old video out there about like the guy that's out dancing all by himself, surrounded by people, and then the first follower, the first one who gets up and starts dancing with him. And then then there were 2, and then all of a sudden a bunch of other people start joining in.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not just one weirdo.
Right?
Now there's 2 people that are having a good time, so I want to be a part of it, kind of
Yeah.
a thing. Not that these lawsuits are a good time, but
No, they're not.
But I guess that's the idea. Is like and again, back to the idea. God bless you for having the courage to be the plaintiff that was out there first, and now maybe we see more of the others having courage to do the same.
I really hope so. It goes back to the founding fathers. They told us, they showed us, they said they had to put it all on the line themselves.
Yeah,
And so I figure, we're standing on their shoulders.
yeah,
So I want to honor what they have done. They laid down their life, their fortunes, their names,
that's right.
right? Their reputations. And I can't let fear stand in the way of standing up for what's right.
You know what? And also compare that to what Christ said. They hated me first. They will hate you as well. As
Absolutely.
Christians, we know
We do.
the world is not our friend.
It is not. But here is where I really want to see other Christians standing up
Yeah,
and saying, okay, no more. We're not going to let you do this alone, because this is all of our voice.
yeah, that's a great
Because
point.
if they silence me, they're going to silence you.
They're going to come for all of us at
They are.
some point. Yeah, and when they and they have gotten away with that rule at the state level,
They have.
because you can see Governor Evers is fighting back. He's defying the U.S. Supreme Court.
Can I just read you an excerpt out of his letter? Oh my gosh.
Yes, please do. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. The response, let me make sure his signature is on it. So this is from him. So this was just they had to acknowledge that they received the information, and so this is their acknowledgement. The second paragraph reads, "It is disappointing your right wing advocacy organization wasted no time enthusiastically taking up the mantle to restore a long disavowed and outdated practice that decades of scientific and medical research has demonstrated is, at best, ineffective and, at worst, dangerous, because it substantially increases risks for depression, suicidality, substance misuse, post-traumatic stress, and anxiety, among a variety of other harmful impacts. Surely the harmful effects of conversion therapy should have compelled Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty and Wisconsin Family Action not to pursue this effort. On the other hand, this should come as no surprise, after all. Bullying LGBTQ kids and Wisconsinites seems to be an important goal for Wisconsin Institute of Law and Liberty and Wisconsin
What a
Family Action."
snarky jerk.
I was just like, what the heck?
Not very professional.
Not at all.
But like you said, that language that he chose to put into that letter was so much misinformation in there.
Yes, because research does not show that. Well, the bad stuff, right?
Right,
For real conversion therapy, yes.
And that's the crazy part about it. They're trying to obfuscate these things because, like, what do you call it? It's a disavowed practice.
Yes.
That is BS. It
Right.
is not a disavowed practice because that's not what you're doing.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
It's just, it's so
It
frustrating
is.
that people fall for these things.
It is. And you know the sad thing when I first initiated the lawsuit with the city 3 years ago, I actually had people who knew me, somewhat knew me, come up and say like, what are you doing? I don't understand this. Why are you for this? Why are you for harming children? And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Because of the language, it
Ugh.
is so ambiguous that they thought I was trying to convert children to change their gender.
Jeez.
So there's misinformation out there all over the
It's
place.
so confusing.
And I really believe, Chris, that that's intentional.
I agree. I think it is all part of this kind of diabolical way that, go back to what I said earlier. It's brainwashing.
It is.
It's how they manipulate people. And you see it in the media every day. The stuff they don't tell you about. Like this, the definitions of the talk therapy you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're never going to tell people that side of the story.
No.
They just,
No.
like you said, one contact came out to do a story about it. There's so many different examples of this happening. When I ran for county board, I had endorsement after endorsement after endorsement. Press releases, I put them out. I called up, I followed up. Not one local media was interested in doing my side of the story. And it happens every day. They are so one-sided. They will not tell our side of the story. So we have to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast.
Yeah.
Because I am so tired of one-sided news.
Yeah.
We've got to start having more people get the word out. And so everybody watching at home, share this with at least one person. We've got to get the word out. And they're not going to do it. The corporate media is not going to do it. So we have to.
We do.
It's the only way we're going to be able to help educate people and make sure that they understand there are two sides to the story, because they're only getting one side in the media.
They are. And so I want to thank you for doing this, because I know this is very time consuming. You put a lot into this and you might even catch some flack at times, but
That's all right.
I really appreciate, and I love we the people right there. We the people. That's you and me. We
Exactly.
the people.
And everybody watching too.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. It's not about Tony Evers.
Oh, heavens.
My goodness. It's, you know what? I don't want to cuss, so I'm not going to go any further about Tony Evers.
There you go. I do want to kind of update you on the local lawsuit.
Yeah.
That went before the judge. What is today? June. Wow. It was like 3 years ago.
That's right.
Yeah. I testified
That's right.
3 years ago.
So what was the judge that's sitting on it now?
I don't remember his name. I think that might be on purpose.
Yeah, I don't remember the name either,
Yeah.
but So what else is the news on that? Any other news?
He's literally still sitting on it. He has not ruled.
3 years.
3 years. And one of the
now this U.S. Supreme Court ruling is out there, so it's kind of a no duh. Let's just go with that.
Exactly. And he still hasn't. They have sent him all of the information. They have shown him side by side the Colorado case and our case, how it's almost identical. I mean, like so almost identical. And because of that, his ruling should be out there, and he should be ruling in my favor simply because it is unconstitutional what they're doing.
It's obvious.
But he's still sitting on it. And I don't understand that.
That's the other part of it that is so frustrating. It's so obvious that what they're doing is wrong. And he just refuses to rule.
Refuses.
And it something else I've mentioned this, like with Mike Hipsch, especially in our conversations. Actually, Judge Maria Lazar, when she was running for the Supreme Court in Wisconsin, her and I had a really good conversation about this. It's almost as if, and maybe it is at this point, a judicial oligarchy is really controlling the state.
I don't disagree.
It's just more and more evidence keeps leaning in that direction.
Yeah.
Because like anytime the legislature does something, the Supreme Court just comes down and slaps it down. Like, where do we, the people, have a voice anymore?
Exactly.
It's getting scary.
It's really
The
quite
checks
scary.
and balances are just
They're
all out of
they're
whack right
gone.
now.
They are. Yeah. Yeah. And one of the in the original lawsuit to the city, one of the requests was that
It's 7 o'clock.
Oh, thank you. My computer talks to me, tells me what time it is.
Nice to know.
Yes. I usually thank her. Um, the made me lose my train of thought. Computer.
So much for that AI assistant.
Right? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, one of the aspects of the original lawsuit was that the DSPS, the licensing board, or the city, because they were the ones with the lawsuit, they couldn't it said that it was kind of a stay so that they couldn't enforce it. He hasn't ruled on that. Now, what's the purpose of having a request of a stay if he's not going to rule even one way or the other? I mean, even if he shoots it down, he at least ruled.
Right.
Right. He didn't do that. He has literally not ruled on anything we put before him. 3 years. Where's my justice?
Is it cowardice that he just doesn't want to get involved and have his name attached to any of it?
I could only give you my own opinion on that.
But he's a judge. He's got his name attached to all kinds of other stuff.
He does. But see, Chris, he's a liberal judge. So the facts of the case are evident.
Mm-hmm.
This is a First Amendment infraction, without a doubt. But if he rules that way, then he's not ruling according to his liberal leanings, and his liberal people won't be happy with him.
But with the Supreme Court ruling out there, it just seems like he doesn't even have to take any kind of responsibility. All he has to do is point to that.
Exactly. And I don't know why he hasn't, because that came down. It's been almost 2 months since that ruling, hasn't it?
Yeah. About
Yeah.
2 months.
So you would think that
Because we've been trying to coordinate this for a long time.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
you would think, it doesn't make any sense.
It is mind-boggling.
I would be fascinated to understand why he's taking so long on this.
Yeah, I would love to hear it from his own mouth why he's taking so
Makes
long.
me wonder if he's planning to run for Supreme Court or something like that.
Well,
So he's
that's
trying to play a
interesting.
political game with this ruling.
Somebody else mentioned that, it might be political on his end, and I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have the first way of even finding out.
Yeah. So the saving grace with this second lawsuit is that it's being filed in the Eastern District instead of the Western District.
Oh, good point.
Yes. So mine was filed in the Western District, so it would have gone back to that judge.
So how does that system work in the other district now?
Apparently the judges in that district are a little more unbiased and rule according to law and not their own
They
opinion.
actually respect the law. What a concept.
I know, right?
Jeez. When we get excited about judges who actually respect the law,
Isn't that ridiculous?
who knew we were going to be in a situation like this?
Right?
The weather radio's going off now.
Oh,
Are there storms in the area?
don't know.
Wow. Let me check the internet here and find out.
This is really yummy, by the way.
Hey, I'm glad it worked out.
Yes.
Again, thank you for challenging me to do it.
Happy
Yeah.
that we got a second plaintiff.
But no schedule yet, no next actions.
Not that I have. No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, keep me posted.
I will.
We can have you back anytime. Anytime you want another mojito, we'll do
Yes.
that again. Or try something else. Like I said, there's a couple of other ones I want to try. And I can't remember what it was called, but it's like a Mai Tai. And it has there's a strawberry version. And I
Oh.
thought, I wonder how that would taste with watermelon too. So I might experiment with that over the weekend.
Interesting. Well, have you ever? Well, see, I may have to challenge you next time to make a Tootsie Roll
Yeah, I'll have to look into
because
that.
those were really
You know
good.
what? That would be a fun, we could have a taste testing session. a Tootsie Roll and my root beer float side by side and see what they. I'll put them in little glasses.
You have an extra spare room here, right?
I'll put them in little glasses. We'll make it like a little tiny little flight of.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. So I think, if I could leave your listeners with anything, it would be, I would ask them to pray. I would truly ask them to lift this up because we need truly honest judges who rule according to law.
That is such a great point.
Mm-hmm.
Praying for those judges to really have God's love touch their hearts.
Yes.
With his law.
Yes. Right. Right. Because, if they are God-fearing men, then they can't do anything but rule.
Even if they're not.
That's true. Because,
God's power can touch their hearts.
Yes, you can.
No, that is a really good point. And, I'm glad you brought that up too, because I think as Christians, these are the kinds of things that we should take courage in and help fight. And it doesn't have to be in a mean way. This is something that I was getting together with a group of Christian men talking about leadership in our communities as Christians. You don't have to be mean about it.
Oh, heavens, no.
You just have to stand on God's word and be firm in it and respect it. And everything else just happens the way it needs to happen.
Right. Because we're speaking truth. Because,
exactly.
Little kids, something I didn't mention was when you're talking about true gender dysphoria, there is, it's like 2% is true gender dysphoria. The rest of this stuff, everybody's just jumping on the bandwagon that everybody else is doing. That's what it is.
The
and
influences of social media and all the other things.
And it's being pushed through curriculums at schools. And, parents need to really be aware of what their kids are being taught at school, because they're teaching this stuff at the public schools.
I don't know if you can go into any detail or like, how do you get at the heart of what's really happening when you have a client in a situation like that? Especially, it's got to be really, like you said before, the walls of trust, just really kind of getting in there and understanding what's really going on. What's the root cause of these things?
Well, truly, the biggest tool I have is my relationship with my client.
Yeah.
And when they trust me, they open up and we can get to the root cause.
Yeah.
It is truly that trust.
That's well said.
Yeah.
It's almost like an interview.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of time to kind of get through. Actually, I was talking to our mutual friend Michelle once about it, and I was telling her the story about when I went to the JD Vance, the vice president was here.
Yeah.
And there was a group of protesters, and I went and chatted with them afterwards. And it was a really good conversation. And the way I put it to her, I said, I gave my talking points. They gave their talking points. I gave my rebuttals. They gave their rebuttals. And I said, after about 20 minutes of that, we actually started to have a conversation.
Yeah.
And the way the way she put it was, it's like a dance. You kind of got to go through the day. And the way I'm an engineer, a software engineer, it's what I did for most of my career. And so I always want to find a solution. Let's go find the solution. And I said to her, can we just jump to that good part and the next time? And she goes, no, you got to go through the dance before you can earn the right to have that. And it's almost like you're saying, you got to build that relationship. You have to go through that process of earning trust.
Yes.
And then you can have the real conversation.
Right.
So that's what it sounds like to me. It's somewhat similar, but that's how my brain is going.
Yes, that is it exactly. Right. Because without that relationship, those walls won't come down to see what's behind them.
Yeah. That's a very interesting the relationships are the key to just about everything that we do in life.
They are.
Even the relationship with a clerk at the store.
Right.
My wife will sit there and chat with them for 20 minutes about whatever's going on, the weather,
Yes.
but I'm just like in and
And
out.
you're like, come on, just check me out. Let me get out of
Yeah,
here.
or I'll just do
Yeah.
the self-check because I just don't.
You don't even want to
I
deal
got
with
what
it.
I want. Let me out of here. But that is a really good point, though. I'm
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that the relationships, the building of the relationship, the building of the trust,
Yeah.
and then you get into the like finding the root cause of how these issues go,
Mm-hmm.
and with such a Christian attitude about it. That's the thing that I just marvel at. The kind of work that you're doing, it's it's mind blowing to me.
Mm.
God bless you for it.
Oh, thanks. I truly believe that's what God created me for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah. I love what I do. It's not even like work. It's
Yeah.
it's just fun.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to reach out to you and learn more, is there a way that would be best?
Sure. They can email me. My email is real easy. So the name of my counseling center is called it's Kinsman Redeemer Counseling. I'm out of Onalaska, Wisconsin. So it's just shortened. It's KR Counseling Center at gmail.com.
KR Counseling Center at Gmail.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much for this time. Anything else
Really.
before I hit the stop button?
Um, I really appreciate the fact that you wanted me to come and do this and that you had the interest to share this with your listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an
Appreciate
important topic. And
this.
we talk a lot about religion and politics on this on the various podcasts that we do, the Speakeasy Conversations, the Life is Life with me and Ace. We have Mike Hipsch on once a month for On the Issues. So I was just telling someone the other day, I'm going down all these rabbit holes of things that we're not supposed to talk about.
Good for you. Yes.
Let's get it out there for crying out
Yeah.
loud.
You, you are you a counselor?
No, maybe I should go back to school. I mean, I am 54, so it
There
would
you
be
go. It's
right in
time.
line.
It's time. It's time.
I love it. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for being
Oh,
here.
yeah. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate the opportunity.
I want you, need you to know